give an introduction of what I do. Actually, this is my 53rd year of seeding wheat on the farm, and I'm a part-time legislator. We have legislative session every odd year, so our next session will be in 227, or 27, I should say. And during the off years, we have interim meetings to see what we can do to improve our state. So I've served on the Energy and Natural Resource Committee since 2011. And we hear from the Department of Mineral Resources, the Environmental Department. We also hear from Lignite Council, Petroleum Council, the Energy Research Center in Grand Forks, and others. So they come up with an idea or what they would like to do. In last session, North American Coal come up to me, and they found out that they have rare minerals in our coal and in our clay buttes in the southwest part of the state. So how many of you know what rare minerals are? There's a few. You're surrounded by them. All that video screen there, it has erbium, yttrium in it, and terbium. Without that, you wouldn't have colors. So we can't do anything anymore without rare minerals. So that's what I'm going to talk about. Our big problem is we import 85 to 95% of our rare minerals from China. And I would rather produce something in our country that's reliable. Someone said we can go over to the Ukraine and get them. Why do you want to get rare minerals out of a country that's in the middle of a war when we can get them out of our own state? So that's what I'm trying to do. I had a bill last session. We set up the framework and policy to develop a rare mineral refinery in our state. It's difficult because they're expensive, and rare mineral refineries, the first one, you have to condense the product, what you have, so you can ship it to a final refinery. So hoping we can get the first step refinery in North Dakota. We have rare minerals in our coal, upper layer above the seam and the lower layer, that since we're already mining the coal to produce power, we'll scrape that top layer off and hopefully refine it. And you wonder what rare minerals do. I can discuss this a little bit more, I guess. The rare minerals start basically on 57 and go up through line 71. Also, there's two scandium and yttrium, I believe, is on with that green box. They're also involved. And the previous speaker was talking about bike riding. Well, you have to have scandium in your bike to strengthen the frame. So rare minerals are used all over. And the first, from I believe up to 64, those are light rare minerals, and they're used in electronics. The backside are used for extremely strong magnets. Some of the magnets are so strong that you can't pull them apart. They're used in cars. They're used just about in everything you can think of. Rare minerals are used in medical care. I remember when I was a kid that if you broke your arm, you had to go in there and hold your arm still for 45 seconds if you were getting an x-ray. Now you can get an x-ray in a matter of seconds. I also played baseball and softball, but we had wood bats. We didn't have aluminum bats. Now the bats are laced with scandium too, so their strength. People that go out golfing, they have rangefinder goggles on. Well, they're made out of lanthanum, which is in the chart up there. So rare minerals are basically used in everything. And like I said, the big problem that we have in our state or in our country, is we have to have a reliable supply of rare minerals. Our national security depends upon it greatly. Like the rare minerals in an F-35 fighter jet, if you know it's vertical takeoff, has over 900 pounds of rare minerals in it that operates the system. A Virginia-class submarine has over 9,000 pounds of rare minerals in. To get a ton of rare minerals, you have to remove 200 tons of dirt. So it's not that they're rare, it just is you don't find them unless they're attached to another mineral. And I looked at the sites in our country, and there were 7 or 8, but I think we're going to find a lot more because it's a priority for us to develop rare minerals. And the best way to explain it is if you had a restaurant, you had a good chef, good location, and everything set up to do business. You cannot have a restaurant unless you have a farmer or a rancher providing the material you need to finish your product. So AI here and a power grid, that can occur without a reliable source of rare minerals. So that's what my bill was about. So hopefully it'll take 2 to 7 years, and I can kind of explain some of the rare minerals, what we go through there. Lanthanum is usually for optical glass, and neodymium and samarium, they're all used for magnets. And I'm sure all of you know what white noise is, if you know what white noise is. Well, the helicopters put those strong magnets in their blades, and it basically makes them invisible until you see them. So I didn't realize, that they were capable of doing that. Also, the lasers are used to guide missiles and bombs to wherever they need to go. And they used to have hydraulic on those missiles and bombs. Now they use strong magnets. So magnets can pull it both ways. They can either repel or attract, and that's what they use to guide the missiles. So another one I think was kind of funny is europium. It says it's optical fibers and visual displays. But what I found interesting is they use it in a euro dollar to prevent fraud. So if you hold it under a light, it will show another color. There's also a couple other minerals up there that aren't rare, but they're critical. So when you have rare minerals, you refine them to a critical mineral so you can use it. Gallium and germanium are used a lot. Actually, germanium, you can't make a better chip using germanium than anything. And we can get that out of our coal. So I'm pretty excited about that. Since we're mining the coal, it's easy access for us. I could go, if you want to have fun, have a couple glasses of wine and then try to pronounce all those rare minerals. So, it's tough to do, but I see if rhenium is up there, but rhenium, we use that basically to control nuclear energy. It absorbs the neutrons in a nuclear power plant, so they can control the temperature of a nuclear power plant just with those rods. Another rod will shield the uranium from, if there's a temperature increase, that it will give them time, it'll shield the rods from getting too hot. One of gallium's not up there, but gallium's silver, you can almost cut it with a knife, it's like butter. But part of the thing that caught me about gallium, if you hold it in your hand, it melts at 85 degrees. So a lot of these products are very conductive to electricity, and then there's some of them that are resistant to electricity until you get them to absolute zero. Then there's no resistance. So eventually, quantum computing's coming, and there's going to be more uses for these rare minerals, what there is currently. Petroleum refining too. Lithium is a catalyst that uses to break oil down into gasoline and diesel fuel. So when I go out to farm in my tractor, I look around, I have 5 video monitors in my tractor, monitoring everything what I do. So they put scandium on the seed to improve germination. Lanthanum, they use that to provide diesel fuel for me. Plus, we run off of GPSs, which 4 satellite signals above us, and they use a rare mineral up there for their atomic clocks. And if you want to know what a second is, well, atomic clock will break that into 10 million clicks, or picks, what they call it. So all atomic clocks are very accurate. They have to be precisely accurate. Otherwise, if you're driving GPS, they'd probably turn you off the road 2 miles too early. So we need to come up with our own solution for rare minerals. And we were blessed in our state and a lot of states, I think West Virginia, Pennsylvania, Wyoming. I think we can, if we get on board, we can get things done. Because we got to produce maybe 4 times electrical production that we're currently at, and we're going to need these rare minerals to help produce electricity, because if we don't start with the rare minerals, we can't finish with AI. So usually when I speak, I get a lot of questions, but I can't answer questions here, but I can out in the hallway. So. is that when you're a legislator, you try to get to the point within 1 minute, because after the second minute, most legislators are sleeping again. So it's. But I thank you for your time, and I appreciate, if you have questions afterwards, I can answer them.